Hi everyone, it's been a while. We did a book review on this channel. I was taking care of some personal things and life got in the way as it does. But I'm back again. I missed all of you guys. I missed talking about books. I missed finishing books. I am back with another book review, a book that I read recently and thoroughly enjoyed. But I don't want to get into the review as of now. I just wanted to address the situation first and welcome you back to the channel. Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Pooja at A Book by the Window. I hope you guys are doing good. I hope you guys are reading good. I finally got around to reading Butter by Asako Yuzuki, and let me be honest with you, this wasn't the book that I expected when I first started it. I have read everyone talk about the food that is described in the book, the butter rice, the recipes, the beautifully written meals. So I definitely went in thinking this is going to be a cozy Japanese novel that is going to talk about food in its essence. At first glance, it also looked like this is gonna be a book about the serial killer who is mentioned in the plot, and there's gonna be some mystery that is going to unfold. It was a mix of both and none of that. Instead, I found myself reading a novel that was to become about power, control, and the kind of expectations that are put on women in the society. So today I want to talk about what Butter is really about, what worked for me, what did not work for me, and whether or not I think it is worth your time. Let's get into it. First off, talking about the plot of the book without giving away any spoilers. The story follows Rika, a journalist who is trying to understand the story of a serial killer, Manako Kaiji, a woman who is accused of murdering several wealthy men. Kaiji refuses to speak to anyone, but somehow she agrees to meet Rika under one condition. Rika has to cook, and she has to cook the recipes that Kaiji tells her to. The setup sounds like the start of a psychological thriller, I'm not gonna lie. But very quickly you will find that the novel shifts focus. The murder slowly moves to the background and it becomes more about the relationship between these two women and other women in the story. So if you're someone who is going to pick this one up thinking that there's gonna be a lot of plots and twists, you will be surprised. This is much more of a literary character study than a criminal novel. What I loved about the book. Number one, food becomes a language in the book. One of the biggest reasons that I like this book is food is never just about food. Every meal that Rika cooks and Kaiji tells her about is about something. There is a story behind it. Sometimes it is comfort, sometimes it is control, sometimes it is rebellion, and sometimes it is just about saying that I deserve pleasure too. I really liked how small symbols like butter, soy sauce, rice, ordinary things that we find in our kitchen become a base or anchor for bigger conversation in the book. Also, having finished the book, I don't think so I'm gonna be able to look at Butter the same way again. Number two, the conversations around women desires. This was the part that stayed with me the most. When people talk about butter, so often they talk about the addition to food that it brings and the flavor that it brings. After reading the book, I actually thought that it is about permission for women to indulge in pleasurable things, especially when it comes to society's expectation of body image and dietary preferences. Permission to enjoy life, permission to want more, permission to take up space without apologizing for it. One realization that kept coming to my mind while reading the book was how often women's choices are not considered in isolation. We judge women's choices based on what they bring to their character. A man who is enjoying a rich meal might be considered as someone who is rich in his taste, while a woman who is trying to do the same is expected to justify herself. The same thing happens with ambition, with success, with aging, with simply asking for better treatment. I hadn't consciously connected all of these dots before reading the book, and that is why the book stayed with me. Number three, the characters aren't exactly likable. I also like the fact that the book never tells you who deserve your sympathy. Rika is flawed in her own self. Kaiji is deeply unsettling. Even the people surrounding them exist in shades of grey. Instead of asking you to decide who is in the right and wrong, the book really forces you to judge yourself and question yourself. Why do we judge women's choices so much, and why do we react so differently to women who doesn't fit into the society's expectation of their character and their ambition and other choices that they make. I really found that much more interesting, that dialogue much more fulfilling than the actual mystery of the book. Now, what did not work for me? Having said that, I don't think So Butter is a perfect book. My biggest issue with the book was the pacing. This is a very slow book, and I usually do mind slow books. I have less patience for that, and even for someone who is trying to read more of slow books so that my reading is improved, I found it a little bit repetitive. There were quite a few conversations where I felt that the general idea was being repetitive. It was the same theme being run into circles rather than adding more to the conversation. I understood what the novel was trying to say much before the book stopped saying it. I honestly feel like trimming about 80 pages of the book would have made it a much stronger and a tighter read. The second thing that I did not like is the crime plot. The murder investigation is really the thing that draws you into the story, but very soon it becomes secondary. I wasn't entirely disappointed because I adjusted my expectation early on, but I can definitely see some readers feeling disappointed by the fact that they came for a very thrilling story. The premise was set around a serial killer, but the book did not deliver that exactly. And finally, I certainly feel there were points and areas in the book where the novel could have trusted the reader more. Some of the themes are incredibly powerful. I personally feel that they would have landed even harder if they were left open to the interpretation of the reader rather than explicitly stating them so strongly. My final thoughts about the book. I ended up giving Butter 4 out of 5 stars. This is one of those books that quietly changed the way you think about everyday life. The plot wasn't the thing that stayed with me. The recipes was not something that stayed with me. What stayed with me was the question that the book was trying to present again and again. Why do we make women feel bad about wanting more? Whether that's more food, more ambition, more love, or simply better treatment. Very few books makes me think so much about as simple as eating, and this one definitely did. I have a feeling that I will still be thinking about this book months after I am done reading it. I want to end this video by quoting one of my favorite lines from the book. In principle, all women should give themselves permission to demand good treatment, but the world made doing so profoundly difficult. Growing up, I don't remember men ever being questioned for wanting more or eating more or ever told to sacrifice on food. But women, especially from the culture where I come from, are over and over again told to sacrifice their needs and desires because it's okay, right? Sacrifice is in your, should be in your DNA as a woman, and you should always put others' needs before yourself. It took me personally so many years to understand that it's not selfish to put yourself first, it is not selfish to ask for more, and it is not selfish or something of an indulgence to be wanting more. It is okay. It is a natural human desire, whether it be for men or women, and all of us deserve to get the best of the things that we want, right? I think that this beautiful quote captures the heart of the novel very well. On the surface, it is just asking for better treatment for women, and also underneath it is asking a much bigger question. How often do we settle? Not because we want to, but because we are told that it is selfish to want more. To me, that is what Butter is all about. If you read this book, I would genuinely like to know what you liked about the book and what you did not like about the book. What were your honest opinion about it? Did you see it as a story about food, feminism, or something entirely different? Let me know in the comment section below. I had a lot of fun reading the book. I am meaning to read a lot more books this summer. Hopefully things will go well for me. Please wish me luck. I also hope you guys are reading really good books. Let me know in the comment section below what are your current reads and how are you finding them. and I really love my makeup look today. I'm gonna link all of that in the description box below. For all the girlies, for all the desi girlies who love brown lipsticks, I have been going gaga over them, so I'm gonna link that in the description box below. If anything, if you have any questions, as always, I'm all open to discussion. I really missed speaking to the camera. I really missed talking to all of you. I really missed editing my videos. I hope I get to do more of it. I do intend to do it. But having said that, before I leave, if you like this video, please like it, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will take a leave for today. I will see you guys next time. Until then, happy reading.